Okay people, this is himself, and in this video we're going to look at Negan's Intimidation stance. This is part 2 where I look at the moves that go into it and the frame traps you get afterwards. In part 1 I looked at the moves that came out of the stance, so if you haven't seen that then I strongly recommend you do. There's a link in the description so you can jump to it right now and then come back here. First off we have DF12 and DF2. Both of these can go into stance by holding 2, but they're both punishable on block. DF12 is -11 and DF2 is -14. So in my opinion, the former should only be used as a combo filler and the latter should only be used as a punisher. Speaking of punishers, I will be doing a video covering those, so if you want to see that when it comes out, make sure you subscribe. Next move is DF42. This is a 14 frame string, and just like the previous two moves, you can hold 2 to go into stance. The good thing here is that it's a natural combo, but if the first hit is blocked, the second hit can be ducked, backdashed or sliced up to the right. If someone doesn't do that, then the regular version is +1 on block. So what you can do is bait a counter hit 1, 2, 4 or slice up 2 to punish sidewalkers. On hit, things are better. Negan is at +6, so you can follow with DF2. If they're clueless, then you can go for another DF42 and get that frame advantage. To give them a reason to duck, you can use D3. This is uninterruptible and it's only -12 on block. The stance version is a bit different. On block, Negan's at +5, so you can do Intimidation 1+2. As I mentioned in part 1, this will power crush and track sidesteppers. If they just do nothing, then do Intimidation 2 and you'll get plus frames. On hit, the stance version doubles your frame advantage to +10. That means that Intimidation 2 becomes almost uninterruptible. Because of that, people might try to jab or sidestep, so what you can do is DF2. As I mentioned in part 1, this is risky, but if they're being predictable, why not punish them for it? What you could also do is go for the throw. The reason for this is that most people will feel that +10 and probably just block, so it's worth a try. So DF42 is weak when the first hit is blocked, but to cover that we have DF43. This will catch anybody who ducks or sidesteps right and puts you at +7 on hit. On block it's safe at -9, which means that you've sacrificed your turn, but at least you're not getting punished. The only weakness this has is sidestep left, but DF42 will cover that, so we have sort of a mix up here. Next move is DB1+2. This is a 21 frame high and it's -8 on block. It's also a homing move. On hit, it puts you at +11 guard frames, and from there you have a couple of options. My preferred choice is back +4. This is uninterruptible, +2 on hit, and it gives you a stun on counter hit. On block it's -9, so they end up in control, but what makes it attractive is that you can mix it up with DB4. Both of these moves look similar, so it's hard to react to, and DB4 is uninterruptible as well. And on top of that, DB4 is +3 on hit, so you can continue pressuring. If they're being super defensive, then you can go for back +1+2. This is +4 on block and will get you a launch on counter hit. The special version of down back 1+2 is when you hold the command. When that happens, the move comes out in 43 frames, but it also becomes an unblockable. You also go straight into stance and have +11 guard frames. From there, Intimidation 1 will hit duckers and sidesteppers, but a riskier alternative is DF2. This will catch sidesteppers, and since you have +11 guard frames, it also becomes uninterruptible. One option I did try was the throw, but unfortunately they can backdash out of it. Penultimate move is down back 2. This comes out in 25 frames and is -14 on block. However, on hit you're up +7 and Negan automatically goes into stance. From here, the best option is Intimidation 1. This will cover duckers and sidesteppers and it can't be interrupted. You could also go for the throw, but as you can see, it's a bit slow. Final transition is 2+3. This is an unusual move because it does no damage and it leaves you -7 on block. But on hit it's +2 and on counter hit it's +16, and when that happens you automatically go into stance. From here, Intimidation 1+2 is guaranteed and you can follow it with FF2 to get 42 damage. So putting all that together, what do I think of this stance? Well, I think its best use is by the wall because you have all these splatting options and you can get plus frames. But what it lacks is a poking low. Something like that would have given them a reason to duck and that would have made your mids more dangerous. But sadly we don't have that. Instead, what we have is this slow throw, and it's difficult to incorporate into the mix. Now at the time of recording this, I am looking at another use for this stance, so if it works out, I'll let you guys know about it. As always, I hope you guys learned something here. If you did, then give me a thumbs up. If you think I've missed something out or got something wrong, then say so in the comments. My next Negan guide will look at his punishers, so keep your eyes peeled for that, and I'll see you guys in the future.